The Verge. The villagers called it the Verge. Not because they understood it, but because it felt like standing on the edge of something too large to name. The field stretched flat in every direction, a soft ocean of grass that bent and whispered in the wind. And at its farthest edge, the storm stood, as if someone had painted it on the horizon. Black, coiled clouds stacked higher than mountains, rolling and seething, yet never crossing into the world beyond its border. A storm that did not move, a storm that did not end. Everyone grew up with it. Children ran the fields beneath its looming shadow. Teenagers drank and kissed at the far fence line while it pulsed in silence, and the old prayed toward it when their bodies began to falter. It was less weather and more monument, but the path in the grass unsettled them. A strip of bent stalks, perfectly straight, pointed like a compass needle toward the storm. Always there, always fresh, as if something walked the same invisible road each night. If you flattened it, it would rise again by dawn, aligned exactly with the storm's heart. Most ignored it. Some avoided the field altogether, but a few couldn't let it go. One, the offer. Dr. Miriam Esen had studied the Verge for years, flying in from the city every season with sensors and drones. Every probe sent into the storm had vanished without transmission, as if swallowed by a hole in the film of reality. When her funding ran out, she changed her pitch. If this is a boundary, she told her backers in a final, desperate proposal, then something is on the other side. Boundaries separate two states, two places, two worlds. This storm is less weather than aperture. The money came through, but with strings. Her work was bought by Verge Works, a sleek defense contractor that saw opportunity where she saw mystery. They wanted weaponized corridors, teleportation for soldiers, infrastructure shortcuts. They wanted the storm cracked open and turned into a highway. Miriam told herself she could still guide the outcome, that if she entered first, she could report honestly. The company agreed. In fact, they insisted. 2. The crossing. The day of the experiment, the village gathered at the far fence, their faces lit by the storm's bruised light. Verge Works engineers and sensors across the grass. The divide line remained untouched, a dark green scar leading into the heart of the storm. Miriam walked it barefoot. Each step carried the weight of 1,000 unanswered questions. The air thickened. The clouds above coiled and expanded, as if noticing her. And then she was inside. The world blinked. 3. The other side. At first, it looked the same. The field stretched before her. The storm loomed. But the silence was absolute, like stepping into a photograph. Then she saw them. Figures, standing in the grass. Dozens of them, perfectly still. Their faces were indistinct, like reflections in the water. Their posture, their clothing, it was familiar. She walked closer. It was the villagers, all of them, exact doubles, standing where the originals would be on the other side. Even the children, even the old. Except here they were motionless, watching her with blank patience. Her throat went dry. What are you? One of them blinked, then another. Then they all spoke at once. We are what you become. The fourth trade. She staggered back, her heartbeat hammering in her chest. That's not possible. The chorus tilted their heads. You walked across. You've always walked across. This is not weather. It is choice. Each year, one steps forward. Each year, one remains. The field balances itself. She shook her head. No one ever came back. That is because they are us now. Behind her, the storm roared. Not thunder, but the sound of pages turning, as if the sky itself flipped through possible versions of reality. She turned to run, but the grass at her feet bent inward, pulling her toward the mirrored villagers. She realized the path had not been left by something walking to the storm, but by something walking out. 5. The decision. On the other side, Verge works waited. She could see them dimly, like shadows behind glass. Their cameras, their drones, their hungry anticipation. They wanted an answer. She could step back, report data, hand them a discovery that would reshape power forever. Or she could stay. The mirrored villagers opened their arms. Behind them, the storm peeled wider, revealing another horizon, another world beyond. For a heartbeat, she saw her own face among them, watching herself with quiet inevitability. The grass pulled harder. She whispered, "Which of us is real?" The chorus smiled in perfect unison. "You ask the wrong question. The storm does not choose. You do." 6. The Verge. Back at the fence, the villagers saw the clouds fold inward. The path through the grass shifted, angling in a new direction. Some swore they heard voices in the thunder, calling them by name. Verge works announced success, though their feeds cut out before Miriam emerged. Investors cheered, convinced a new frontier had opened. But in the fields, the villagers stopped sleeping soundly. Their doubles had been seen. Their futures were waiting. The Verge had always been there, but now it was listening. The next dawn, a child followed the bent path barefoot. The grass rose behind her, erasing her trail, and for the first time, the storm